All right, this next step is pretty easy to transition to because I'm taking that medium shade, the blue plus black, and now I'm adding a good chunk of white to it so I can recreate my light tone. That was the color we put down for our rounded rocks. So I'm just remaking that color really quickly. It's the light tone. Remember, go back to your notes if you don't remember what it should look like. Ask your neighbors. All right, so with this color, I'm gonna clean off my brush. All right, so with water on my brush, I'm picking up that color, picking up that light tone, and now I'm gonna scrub a glaze of that light tone on my mountain. So I can still see the texture, that dab texture that we did underneath. I'm just doing little scrubs that go different directions. Not trying to do any kind of rows. Just want this to be a little bit see-through when it's dry. Grab a little bit more water. Barely a tiny bit of paint on the end of your brush. And then keep kind of scrubbing. Okay, tiny bit of water. Sometimes you can do what's called dry brush as well, and that's where the water is now kind of dried up off my paintbrush, and I'm barely getting any paint at all, and then kind of spreading that around. Dry brushing also works well with this step. That was not from our notes, but it is a good technique to know. So now I'm just kind of dry brushing a little bit. So my brush doesn't have any more water on it, it's kind of dried up. And now I'm taking tiny bits of paint, hardly any, on the very tip of that brush you can see. And then I'm just kind of scrubbing that around. So now my mountain looks a little bit less textured. Okay, so if you like this better, of course you can keep it that way. For the final version, it is your painting. You might want to try this dry brushing technique. Make sure you don't make any halos around your mountain, so make sure that paint is going all the way to the edges. And then you're going to finish putting that on your mountain, and then we're going to do the same thing in the water. We're going to take this color and streak it on top of that previous layer. Okay, I only stopped right here because so that we could keep going. All right, so now I'm glazing again. You could still dry brush a little bit if you feel like you need to, if you like that better. Make sure you have a nice transition between sky and mountain there in that reflection. All right, now I've got time to go back and finish that mountain. All right, so now I'm just dry brushing and kind of scrubbing